Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video, I'm going to talk about what it means to have your Venus opposite to someone's Venus in Synastry. So these planet to same planet aspects are really exciting and I feel like often missed or not talked about as much by, certain synastry books or they're just really fun aspects that often get missed. So in this video I'm going to talk about having your Venus opposed to someone's Venus, Venus opposition to Venus. So this one I feel like works out a lot better than the square, although really no aspect from Venus to Venus is technically bad or really a red flag or anything like that. But there are things that should be noted and should be, warned about this particular contact. So the opposition generates a lot of attraction, but the attraction is based on, being opposites. So this is the classic aspect of opposites attract. Because we have Venus, our love nature, our heart, how we share our affection, how we are socially too, and what we value, what we find pleasurable, our tastes, are opposite in this sense. So when we meet this person and we see this person, we can find them very attractive and it's a very stimulating contact. The opposition is a energetic aspect, a stimulating aspect. It's exciting, right? But we really, we're attracted because we're different, not because we're similar. Like we have found our opposite here. And what you might end up finding is that the way that this person acts socially, the way that they spend their money, what they find pleasurable, what their tastes are, you'll notice over time that these are opposite to yours. Now, you could have other things going on that would make you more similar. Hopefully you would have some other conjunctions to Venus or Moon or Sun, or, so we do have some similarity. But if you don't have strong conjunctions to other personal planets or the ascendant, you might end up finding that you're just too different from this person, and they can actually end up being a bit annoying to you. And the way that I've found this personally when I've had this in a relationship, I haven't had it in any very long term serious relationship, more shorter term flings when I was younger, but it seems that early on you notice that the way this person is socially, or you can end up feeling not good enough for them because your tastes and what you value are opposite. So one person or maybe both people can end up feeling like, maybe I'm just not really their type, and so which is different than when we have Venus conjunct to someone's Venus or even sextile or trine. We can really feel like we love the same, we found our match. With this one, it's not so much. We are very different. But it depends on the type of people too and what signs this opposition is taking place in. Because some signs handle the opposition energy better than others. Um, but it can definitely show that like your idea of love is directly opposite. And so one person might be put off, usually very early on if this is a romantic encounter, because Venus is how we love, it's how we flirt, it's going to be a big part of our love life. So it tends to be noticed early on that the way that this person flirts or the way that they're trying to date you is just, you can just tell that maybe it's different, maybe it's not a match. So that's in some cases. Now let's talk about when this works out and when there's other compatibility going on. This aspect can make you feel a lot of pleasure and attraction, and it's like the pleasure that comes from being with someone that challenges you a bit and makes you think outside of the box. So when we have too many conjunctions and too many similarities in our natal charts, we can end up feeling like there's no growth, there's no stimulation, there's nothing challenging us. Now this relationship is going to be one that challenges you to think outside the box in the realm of like Venus. So it's like your tastes. So maybe you're listening to some different kind of music. Maybe you're hanging out with some different kind of social groups than you usually would be. Maybe you're eating some new foods that you would have never ate, or maybe you're going to some restaurants that you would have never gone. And yeah, like you're getting to experience this different type of love and connection, and it can be exhilarating because we still have Venus, our love nature, an aspect to someone's Venus. So in some ways, maybe not always, but in some ways you might prefer to have a Venus aspect than none, right? Like you want your Venus to be touched by someone's Venus or other planet. You do not want your Venus to be not touched at all. So, this, I would prefer this than no aspect to Venus because at least you're getting some attraction, you're getting some fun, some excitement. And if there's other compatibility, you're getting a very exhilarating relationship and where you're going to learn new things. You're going to, maybe this person, the way that they act, the way that they are socially, even the way that they dress or something, it's like different than you, but you can grow from it and you can learn to be more balanced in the realm of your Venus. So, and like you have to think of the energy of the opposition, what you guys are learning, right? Like, so the Aries Venus is learning from the Libra Venus how to be, better with people and better, more tactful, more social, more human. I really feel like the Aries Libra opposition is like, Aries can be sort of like the animal, and then Libra is like the human represented by the scales. They don't have an animal as their, symbol, right? So, and then the Libra is learning more initiative from Aries, right? And then you could just go through each opposition and like see what you're learning from each other, and this can be a very good relationship, and it can be for the purpose of growth and learning and integrating the shadow, right? Because the opposition aspect is always going to be a little bit about integrating the shadow, because um all of the signs really deeply inherently contain the polarity of the opposite sign, right? This is why I prefer the opposition to the square in Synastry, just because it's easier to integrate that opposition into us, because all signs inherently contain their opposition. So it can be one of those kind of soul growth aspects, soulmate aspects. It can be really fun. It can be really pleasurable and attractive if your Venus likes what that feels like to have that opposition. It can be kind of exciting. But yeah, what you can find over time, differences financially, differences in what you find pleasurable, what you value, it's more superficial things when it comes to Venus, and in a sense, like, but these things can be like the one thing that takes you over the edge with other hard aspects, right? It's like if we don't have a similarity in Venus, and then we've got all these other squares and mess of Pluto and Saturn going on, then this, could be damaging. But if we've got a great synastry otherwise, this could be the thing that keeps it a buzz and keeps it exciting. And yeah, it can be good. It can be good. And in some cases, maybe you would rather have Venus aspected by opposition than not. And like, yeah, it's not a bad aspect. It really can be quite good. We can really learn a lot about ourselves and learn about our love nature by this different person that we find so attractive. So, yeah, I'd love to know your experience of this aspect. Was it like this? Was it not like this? Let me know, you guys. And thanks for watching, and thanks for the request. Okay, bye.